Okay, again, welcome to Kol Shira, everybody. And it's Erev Shabbos, Parshas Rei. And it's Erev Rosh Chodesh Elul. Oh, Elul. I need the. Okay, let's see. We have a beautiful Torah from the Mitzvah Shalom that this is really a lesson that we could take with us every day of the year, and especially so for this time of the year now. So let's see. Let's learn a little bit about the Mitzvah of Tzeduka, and what's the core of the mitzvah, and how do you perform the mitzvah correctly to get the most bang for your buck. Okay, here we go. Right, we all give tzedakah, right? So we're going to learn now how we can give the tzedakah and get the real bang for your buck. Okay, here we go. Leisama, he says, Levavacha v'leitichba, he says, Yodcha me'achicha, heavy, right? The pasuk says you shouldn't harden your heart, you shouldn't clench your fist. Me'achicha, heavy, from your brother, that's the poor one, right? The destitute one. But rather, nasan titin loy, but rather give loy, v'loy yara levavcha, and don't have a fear or a sour heart. B'seitcha loy, because for this very reason, why? That this person is standing here. This organization is there now. Hashem gave you the bracha that you're on this side to be able to be the one giving and not Chas v'Shalom the one taking. It's an amazing thing. Now, Kosav Rambam, the holy Rambam writes in Hilchos Matanas Aniyim. And what does he write in Perik Aleph, Perik Yud, Allah Aleph? Chayavin anu lahazir b'mitzvah tzedakah yosim mikol mitzvah saseh. The Rambam says we have to pay more credence to the mitzvah of tzedakah, more so mikol mitzvah saseh than all other mitzvahs. Make sure you take care of this mitzvah, says the Rambam, and the Rambam was a Rishon, so we can rely on what he says. From all of the mitzvahs, ve'ein kisei Yisrael miskainein v'das ha'emes aimedas ella b'tzedakah, right? Our existence is really only through tzedakah. Shenema b'tzedakah t'chayneneni, right? Ve'ein Yisrael negalan ella b'tzedakah, right? We know that the Chazal tell us that Yisrael is not going to come. We're not going to have a geula only with tzedakah. Shenema tziyah b'mishpat tivda v'shivya b'tzedakah. Right? Famous words. You know those words, Dr. Samai? Right? Tziyah b'mishpat tivda v'shivya b'tzedakah will return with tzedakah. Right? Tziyah b'mishpat tivda with mishpat will be paida tifta, right? Will be paida, will be redeemed. B'shivya b'tzedakah will be returned, will bring brought back with tzedakah. With the Gemara, right? And Baba Basra Daf Tes Amid Aleph, Amru Shekula Mitzvah Tzedakah Kineged Kol Mitzvahs. The Gemara says there that the mitzvah of tzedakah is shakel, is equivalent in weight, is weighted. Mikeneged kol mitzvahs, all the other mitzvahs together. So in other words, you take the mitzvah of tzedakah, it's as weighty as all the other 612 mitzvahs. It's fascinating. That's what the Gemara says. Shekula, right? Iroya levoyer ma gadulasa shel mitzvah tzedakah shekula kineged kol mitzvah. So let us learn and let us analyze. What does it mean that this mitzvah is shakel of all the mitzvahs? And why are we not going to come out of this golus hamar that we're in, only through tzedakah? We also need to understand a well-known thing with the mitzvah of tzedakah. Make sure you don't give the money in a way that you feel anxiety. Maybe we'll use that word. You don't feel an anxiety by giving that money away. The Chinuch writes, right? Lastly, tzedakah b'simcha v'tuv levav. Make sure you give the tzedakah, do it in a way of joy and a full heart. Not yara levavcha, but b'simcha u'v'tuv levav. V'Ramban, right? Svasav al inyan mitzvahs la Rambam. Right, when the Rambam counts his mitzvahs, manu b'mitzvahs lo yisaseh. It's funny, the Rambam writes this mitzvah of tzedakah in the mitzvah of lo yisaseh. It's fascinating. Why would it be a lo yisaseh? He explains. Rambam said, ba'alacha dalit, sha'naisin tzedakah b'seva panim rois. If a person gives money with a sour puss, yeah, hefsid zechusa, he loses his merit. He loses his merit by giving it the money with a sour face. Fascinating what the Rambam writes. So in other words, the person takes $10, $100, $1,000, and he gives the money to an ani, but he gives it to him with a real sour face. Says the Rambam, he loses his schus. He could have taken that money and thrown it in the garbage. He got nothing for it, says the Rambam.
He may deprecate the receiver.
Well, okay. Visa b'achrein binyan ze iya noisin tzedakah b'levra avarak Allah yare levavcha oy shelaikiyah mitzvah tzedakah b'chlal. So the achreinim are trying to understand. So what is it now? If a person gives the money with this way of a yare levavcha, in a so to say, in a degrading way, or in a way of an anxiety, so is it that he doesn't get the mitzvah of tzedakah at all, or did he actually transgress something? What happened here? What did he do?
It depends.
Oh, okay.
Now, let's say he has anxiety, but he does it anyway. He overcomes this anxiety and does it because. I mean, he may not have this.
No, Yaakov, we're talking about here a person, not he's trying to do the right thing, and he's overcoming his yates. We're not talking about that. We're talking about a person that he gives the money, and he's just angry when he gives the money.
Because he's giving the money.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay.
That's. We never, any of these lessons that we have, anyone that's trying to do the right thing, we're not talking about him. Okay. He's working on it. So of course it's appreciated by the Bari Olam if he's trying and he's working on it. All right? The holy Marav Shemesh, in Parshas Pinchas, maybe the lekach ein mevarcham al mitzvah tzedakah mepnei shetzarich litem b'simcha. Look at this, the Marav Shemesh, so beautiful. We just said that the mitzvah of tzedakah is equivalent, so to say, or more so than all the other mitzvahs. Don't we usually make brachas when we do mitzvahs? We make brachas, right? Is there a mitzvah al litin tzedakah, nasan tzedakah? Is there such a bracha when I give tzedakah? There's no bracha. Why is it? Says the Marav Shemesh is very simple, because I don't know if you're going to give them. If you don't know if you're going to give that money with a simcha, with a happiness, and if you made the bracha and then when you give the money and you felt, I don't really want to do this, so then you made a bracha levatala.
Couldn't you also say? Couldn't you also say that? I mean, if you had to start worrying about not giving brachas, then you wouldn't do the mitzvah.
No, why? When you put on your tefillin in the morning, you make a bracha. When you put on your talis, you make a bracha. Mm-hmm. When you drink something, you make a bracha. Well, what is it? No, why?
Because we receive.
When you light your menorah, you make a bracha, right? When you eat your matzah, you make a bracha. You shake your lulav, you make a bracha. You sit in the sukkah, you make a bracha. Listen to the shofar, they make a bracha, right? All the mitzvahs that we make brachas on.
But I heard a great thing. The mitzvah of tzedakah, you're demeaning somebody. You're getting the mitzvah by somebody else being demeaned.
Okay.
That's the reason why you don't make it, because you can't have a mitzvah
without somebody else's
expense.
Oh, so maybe two people should make a bracha. Maybe they should both make a bracha.
The real reason is,
maybe they should both make a bracha.
I heard the real reason. That, a Hasidic guy, before he makes a bracha, he has to go to the mikveh. By the time he gets back, the Torah will be dead. That's it.
Very good, Maish. But the Marav Shemesh.
I was trying to say that too. I mean, if you have to do all
Maish. But the Marav Shemesh was the Hasidic Rebbe, and he said he didn't agree with you. He said that. Well, no, I'm just saying we're learning what the Rebbe said. That's tzedakah of nature tzarich litem b'simcha. He said you have to give it b'simcha. V'kiven shamoinam einam naisnim b'simcha. Goes on, says the Marav Shemesh, and since the multitude of people don't give money to tzedakah, they don't do it with a joy. They do it, but they don't necessarily give it with a simcha. Al kinei mevarcham al tzedakah, and therefore you don't make the bracha on when you give tzedakah. V'chein, l'chol zeh tzarich biyah. Ma yishna mitzvah tzedakah mikol mitzvah satayra. Why is this mitzvah of tzedakah different than all the other mitzvahs? Shekasher mekayim b'payil. If you mekayim the mitzvah b'payil, you gave the money. You gave the $5, you gave the $10, you gave it to the person. You did it. B'payil yotze yedei chavasa, you normally get your yotze, your chayv. You fulfilled your obligation. V'im yesh lo machshava lo tova, ein ze ela pagam. See, when it comes to a regular mitzvah, right? Like let's say a person is use any mitzvah. Give me one. Give me a mitzvah. Put on your tefillin. The person puts on his tefillin, so he makes the bracha, but he's not thinking about it. He's just doing something. No, but he did still put on tefillin. Now there's a pagam, there's a blemish in the way he did it, but he still gets credit for doing the mitzvah. He gets credit for doing. He put on his tefillin. Now, did he do it properly? Maybe not. Maybe he could have done it better. So there's a damage, there's a blemish in the mitzvah itself, but the mitzvah is still there.
But that doesn't apply to giving tzedakah though.
We're learning it different. That's right. Like this. Let's use an example like this. A person can have, let's say a beautiful, brand new, shiny car, right? So doing the mitzvah properly and everything is making a beautiful, shiny car. But now, doing the mitzvah not so perfectly means there's a dent in the fender. There's a dent in the bumper. It's still a nice car, but there's a dent in the bumper, right? That's what it means when you do a mitzvah, that you don't do it with the right, in the full way. Now, umadu b'mitzvah tzedakah, machsheves levavai, hu miguf ha-mitzvah. So then why is it that when it comes to giving tzedakah, the machshava of the heart, what the heart is thinking, that is the guf, that's the essence of the mitzvah. Why is that different? Why is all the other mitzvahs, the machshava is not ma'akiv, the mitzvah doesn't prevent it, but this one it does? Why is that? If a person gives money because he wants to have covet, right? He wants his name on the building. Right? He wants his name in the paper, right? He wants his name on the journal, right? He wants his name there. That's why he's giving the money, right? So there's some kind of pniya, there's some kind of ulterior motive in the mitzvah, something, a little ulterior motive. Kiyam mitzvah tzedakah mishum sha'ani nene mimasayim. But he still will be mekayim the mitzvah because the ani did gain from it. So in other words, if the person gave the money because he wanted covet, he wanted everyone to know that he's giving this money, so he'll get the mitzvah anyway. Why? Because the ani, the poor people, the person or the organization still got that money and was able to use the money. But now why is it if he feels that yara levavcha, that sour heart, when he gives it, hareyu kimisha loy kiyam es mitzvah? Right? In other words, we're trying to understand that this mitzvah tzedakah, it's a little different than all the other mitzvahs, right? Because we're saying like this: if you do even the mitzvah of tzedakah, and you give it because you want recognition, you're doing it because you want recognition, and that's why you're doing the mitzvah of tzedakah. So you'll get credit for that mitzvah, you'll get credit for that tzedakah, because you still gave the money. But if you give the money and you feel like this, I don't really want to do this, but you're making me give you this money. I don't want to do this, and you're forcing me to give you the money. You don't feel good about anything, so then you don't get any credit for it all. Why is that? Why is tzedakah different? Yes?
You got an exception on that.
What's the exception?
A man didn't have children, and perhaps has to divorce his wife. So he really doesn't want to. He doesn't want to give it the
How does that have to do with tzedakah?
You're not considering that the money that he gives the wife on the get.
Well, that's an obligation. He has a contract.
Oh, that's right.
The ksuba was a contract that said how much he's gonna have to pay, but that's not really tzedakah. It's his obligation.
Yeah.
It's a marriage contract, right?
Yeah.
This is here we're talking about tzedakah, and it can be a small amount of money. We'll be talking about $1, or we can be talking about $1 million. It makes no difference. It doesn't matter. We're not talking about the amount. We're talking about how we give that, whatever the amount is. How do we give the money? What's our intent? So if our intent is that we want recognition, that's okay. It's not as good as, of course, I gave it for the right reason. But if I give the money and I just feel sour about it, then I don't get any credit. Let's understand why. Now, then we're going to have a new light. We're going to see a new light into the Mitzvah of Tzeduka. And listen, we all give tzedakah every day, right? We give something, right? We all try to, something every day. So this really pertains to us every single day of our life. Sheshayrish mitzvah tzedakah hu emuna. What is the shayrish of the mitzvah of tzedakah? Emuna. Emuna.
Nothing belongs to you.
Emuna. Kedisa bavais peri gimel. Rabbi Eliezer ben Brada Oimer tein loy mi shalai. Give to him from Mishalai, from right? Sha'ata shalacha shalai, because you and what you have is really his. Give from his, because what you have is really his. That's what the Mishnah says in Perkei Avos.
That's right.
We're going to learn what that means now. Don't worry. We're going to learn what that means.
No, you can't take it with you.
V'chein b'David hu aimer ki mimimcha hakol miyotcha nasnu lecha. David HaMelech says, it's really all yours, and I'm giving from yours. I'm not giving from mine, I'm giving from yours. The Holy Rabbeinu Yoina, she'eincha naisei mishelecha, loy migufcha v'loy mimayincha. You're not giving from yours. You're not giving from your own being. You're not giving from your own money. Ella mishel ha'makayim baruch hu hakol shalai. Says Rabbeinu Yoina, the Holy Rabbeinu Yoina, Shari Tshuva Rabbeinu Yoina. He says, Shakol mish shalai. It's really all Hashem's. Says Rabbeinu Yoina, everything we own is really Hashem's. And that's the pshat. Kol ma sheyesh liyudi, kol memayne, v'chol inyani aguf. Anything a Jew has, all his money, all his wealth, and all his health, anything pertaining to his guf. Hakol shayach LaHashem Yisbarach. It's all pertains to Hashem. It's all Hashem's. Vehu einay ela gizbar al zeh. He's only the administrator, the gizbar. He's the administrator of it. Really, it's HaKadosh Baruch Hu's, and he's the administrator of that money. So, but we think the money that we have in our bank, in our pockets, in our this, in our safety department, we think it's our money. No, says the Rabbeinu Yoina, it's not ours. It's really HaKadosh Baruch Hu's, and we are the administrator of that money. We are the administrator of that money. Ach shum bailis ein loy el al kach. We have no ownership on it. Because let's face it, when we leave the world after 120, what do we take? The person can have $1 trillion. When he leaves the world, does anything go with him? Nothing. Nothing. Only the money he gave for tzedakah, the things that he did, the right thing with his money, that'll come with him. Those chusim will come with him. But the money stays here. No one keeps their money. Is that true or not true?
No, I was pockets in tachrichim.
There you go.
As they say, I was pockets in tachrichim.
V'lechein, and therefore, listen to this, look at this. V'lechein, tein loi, give to him, mishaloi, from his, mishaloi. Sha'ata shalacha shaloi, because it's all belongs to him. It's not yours. Shalacha shaloi. V'zeo yisoid amuna eitzel yudi, and this is the side of our amuna, of our belief. Last week's parsha, right? We can't say it's with my koyach and my brains and my knowledge and everything. That's how I attain this amount, amass this amount of money. I have to know that I'm yours, Hashem. And everything that I own is yours, Hashem. I have nothing myself. It's all yours, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And all I'm doing is I'm giving over what's yours. I'm not giving anything of mine. It's not really mine. So therefore, whatever he's giving is not really his. And he has no shaykhis to it. It's not really mine. I'm holding it, but it's not really mine. The same way if someone goes over and he asks you, can you please hold this $1,000 for me? Watch this for me. Well, let's say you agree, Yaakov. Let's say you agree. Let's say you agree.
Okay.
And then he calls you up. He says, "Listen, there's a fella coming over for my $1,000. Give him $100." Is he going to bother you? No. The owner of the money asks you to give $100.
Write it down.
Well, of course, Yaakov, you write it down, of course, but I'm just trying to give you an analogy here to understand this. The same way, if he calls you up and he says, give 500 of my 1,000, you don't mind. You don't mind because it's not mine. It's his. He wants to give it, give it. So, what? I have less to worry about. There you go. There you go. So we're saying like this now, everything we own is really, we're watching it for Hashem. So when someone comes to us and asks us for something, that's really someone from that Hashem sent to us to come make a withdrawal from Hashem's money. That's the way we're supposed to look at it. It's not mine. You understand what we're saying here?
I have a question.
What? Yeah.
I was wondering, since we say person may say, look, I worked for it, it's mine. That's all very, I can understand that kind of a logic. But then, is there some place
We're going to get to that in a minute, yeah.
Is there some place that says, well, look, Sylvester, Sylvester the cat, it's maybe yours because you work for it, but if you're going to say that, Allah has kama v'kama, you have to say it's Hashem's because He provided all the material.
All the material, exactly.
Is there some place where it says something like that?
Zeu shoyrish amuna. That is the shoyrish of our amuna, to understand that it's not really ours. What we're giving, we're really giving what Hashem gave us in order to be able to give.
We're really transfer agents.
Yeah, we're going to see how beautiful this is soon. Just stay tuned, okay? Zeu inyana shel mitzvah tzedaka. This is the Inyan. This is the topic of tzedaka. She'omna shoyrish kol mitzvahs hu amuna. They're really all mitzvahs are amuna. Because why are you going to do any mitzvah if it's not, you don't have amuna? You're only going to fulfill a mitzvah if you have amuna that Hashem wants you to do the mitzvah, right? Kol mitzvah secha amuna, as it says in Tehillim by David HaMelech. Kol mitzvah secha amuna. All mitzvahs are amuna, because else why would you do the mitzvah? Ach yesh mitzvahs miyuchedes bohem kol mohus ha-mitzvah hu emuna. But there's a mitzvah that the whole essence of the mitzvah itself is emuna. All mitzvahs are emuna. And you do the mitzvah because you have emuna. But the whole essence of the mitzvah itself is emuna. Kamay mitzvah Shabbos, shekula emuna. The mitzvah Shabbos is emuna, right? If a person is a doctor, is a lawyer, he's an accountant, right? So why is he home on Shabbos? Really, it must be great if a lawyer can have his office hours on a Saturday. Would be very nice, right? Because a lot of people would like to come see him on Saturday. But why is he not doing that? Because it's emunah. He has Hashem. Even though I would like to be open, Hashem says, "You made the world, Hashem, and you told me to rest. Shabbos vayinaf. I have to rest on Shabbat. That's why I'm closed." Because it's all emunah. Or else why? It's really, why should I not work? Hashem told me not to work. That's emunah, Shabbos. K'may d'kasav, ki sheishes yom asa Hashem es ha-shemayim v'es-ha'aretz v'yoyim ha-shvi Shabbos vayinafash. Right? It's from say, vay lenefesh. Right? We learned that? Vay lenefesh, if I didn't have this Shabbos. Right? If I didn't have the Shabbos, vay lenefesh. Oy vay. Right? V'lechein shekula Shabbos kineged kol ha-mitzvahs Kivan Shabbos Kula Yamuna. Now that's how we can understand why Shabbos is shakal to all of the mitzvahs, because the essence of Shabbos is emuna, and we do all mitzvahs because we have emuna. But the whole essence of the mitzvah Shabbos is emuna. The kaka mitzvah tzedaka shayrish emuna. Also, the mitzvah tzedaka is also emuna. V'lechein shekula hi keneged kol mitzvahs, and therefore, since it's a mitzvah tzedaka is shakal to all of the mitzvahs, therefore the mitzvah tzedakah is also kula yamuna, and therefore that's it shakal to all the mitzvahs, just like Shabbos. So Shabbos and tzedakah have something very similar, that they themselves are emuna, where other mitzvahs you need emuna to do them, but these mitzvahs themselves are emuna. The essence of the mitzvah itself is the emuna.
Correct?
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Does one have to assume that a person who purports to be an ani is actually an ani?
Does one have to assume if what?
If a person is come collecting
Yes.
or in the street and you have doubts whether or not where it's going.
Oh no, so
You
you're
have to assume that he's honest, or if you know.
good question, very good question. So we know that it's only in the Chodesh of Adar, right? It's Kol HaPoshit Yad Noistin. There's a special month of Adar that anyone that puts out the hand, you give him. You don't have to investigate the person. But all the rest of the year, you're allowed to find out if this person is for real or not. You don't have to just because someone asks you, you don't have to give him. Because if you're suspecting that this person may be a thief, and he wants your money, you don't have to give it to him. Show me that you have a paperwork, like we have in the neighborhood here. The VAD gives them a tehuda. What?
Paperwork doesn't mean anything.
Okay, but no, you're right. No.
You could go down in a lobby and you have 10 people sitting, one after the other.
Yes.
And it's not nice if you give to 5 or 6 and you don't give to one.
So I'll tell you what I do.
Yeah.
I do like this is what I do. Okay, I did many times with Aniyim. Baruch Hashem, I have a business, and if I see someone that looks like a well-bodied person, I'll say to him, "Sir, I would like to give you a job. I'd like to give you a job. I have a job for you. You can earn $15, $18 an hour. Come work at our company. You'll make a living."
Yeah.
They can't, and they this and that and the other thing. So what I do is like this. I still say, I'll still give him $1. I'll still give him $1. Why? Because if he has such a problem that he can't work, he has some kind of psychological issue. Listen, do I have to give him a lot of money? No. I'll give him something. I'll give the person something still. And again, I'm giving it because he still approached me. And it's really like this. HaKadosh Baruch Hu arranges who's going to show up and who's not. All these different aniyim. They come from all over the world, right? What?
Brighton Beach.
I mean, they're
Well, that is part of all over the world, right?
They're organized. They come in taxis and cabs.
Right, but who work? But
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
Five.
right, but no, you're right, right, but who's organizing those taxis? Really, Hashem is arranging this whole thing.
The taxi driver.
Hashem is arranging the whole thing. But these people show me this. So now the question is, how do you deal with them? So you can be very nice to the person and say, look, I don't know what if you're righteous or what you're asking. So, but listen, you seem like a nice person. So here you go, have $1. I give it to you, and give it to him with a smile. You don't have to give him a lot of money. You don't have to tell him anything. If you suspect that he's not the right, so just give him a quarter. But whatever you give it with a smile. Whatever you do.
Because you could walk out of shul here on any day and it's
Oh.
cost you $10 every day.
Well, it doesn't have to cost you $10. You could have a pocket full of quarters, and you give everyone a quarter, and then they'll growl at you, but you smile back at them, right? You smile back at them.
I wouldn't add to an insult.
That's another amazing thing. It's fascinating. In America, if you give someone a quarter, they look at you like you did something terrible. But in Eretz Yisrael, you can go into any of the shtibluch, and if you give anyone, let's say you give them a shekel, 1 shekel, which is what, maybe like 27 cents, 28 cents, they'll hold out their hand to give you change.
Yeah.
They look at a shekel in Israel like $5 here. And it's 27, 28 cents. That's all it is. And if you tell the guy, no, I don't want change, you get him the shekel, he gives you brachas ad balidai for a shekel, right? Moshe, you know what I'm talking about, right?
In the shtibla.
In the shtibla, right?
Yeah.
You give them 1, you give them a shekel. If you give them 2 shekel, wow, they think you're an Aisha Muflag Mamish.
I heard a response to your question, very interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because when our man comes, he's already given you. He's given you his covenant. He's given you self-respect, and you have to pay him back.
But we don't know, but he doesn't know if he's an Araman. That's the thing.
It does make a difference.
But that was his question. The question was, I don't know if he's an Araman or he's a
You
trickster.
give him what is a quarter or whatever, it's just to return to them. They're happy with it. They give
That's
back.
it.
Nobody's had with a quarter here.
No, this is 5 times.
But again, you have to use your judgment. But again, only Shulchan Aruch says in the Chodesh Adar that no matter who asks you, you give. But the rest of the year, you are allowed to inquire about their credentials. You are allowed to inquire.
I mean, when we get the stempel from the VAD here,
Yeah.
it means something, doesn't it? That
Sure.
they checked it.
And if they went to the VAD, think about it. If they went to the VAD, and they put a picture on the paper and all of that, right?
People don't go to the VAD.
No, but no. Those that did.
Do, yeah.
So those that did, and again, whatever the VAD does, whatever the VAD does to check them out, that's the VAD's business. If they gave them the paper already, I know that they have some kind of an issue, and they're worthy to give something to. But the main thing we're learning here is whatever you give, realize you're not giving your own money necessarily. You're giving what Hashem gave to us,
Simcha.
and you give it b'simcha b'tuv leiv. That's the main thing. Whatever you're going to give, however they're going to respond back to you, that's not your business. You do your part. We have to do what we have to do. If he's not happy with what you gave him, you smile anyway. That's it. You give him a smile, and don't get angry that they're not happy, because then we'll fail. In other words, you just smile again. They look at you, they look at you funny. You give them another smile. Just keep smiling at them, and they'll get the message that you're not going to accept you to upset you to give you more money.
I don't hang around that long for that many smiles.
Well, sometimes they come to your door.
This
So
smiles,
that's different. I mean, there's somebody comes to I used to live in Staten Island, and now I moved here about 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Somebody came to my door in Staten Island all the time. I knew who he was.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden he's coming to my door over here. He didn't ask me if I moved, where I lived,
They know.
but
Detectives.
I knew him. I knew who he was, and said he was no problem. But other people sometimes come to the door with 5, 6 people. I don't know who they are. I don't know.
You have to go to the place that have
They don't
that.
show you paper.
No. I
Everybody
don't know places
has
that they don't know how to
papers.
get there. You don't
Well,
get
what you could do with those, when the 5, 6 people come to your door, you can write them a check or give them $20 and say it's all for all of you, and they go away. That's what you do. That's what you do.
They'll go away.
Yeah, they go away. They're happy. I mean, that's not the point. But again, I understand what you're saying. But we're learning. We're trying to study here. We're trying to understand the principle of tzedakah, and then you have to use your judgment of what you want to do. Okay, but just we're really learning how you have to view the mitzvah of tzedakah. Well, what you.
got poor from giving tzedakah.
What?
That's a fact.
Of course, nice and titain, right? If you give, we're gonna get there in a minute. We're gonna get there. Okay, now.
They don't want to be made a fool of.
No, you need chas v'shalom.
For the money, never.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
probably needs
even
it.
if
You give him a few dollars. That's it. Yeah.
Isn't that he's asking?
Now, v'hine, Isa, b'sefer Kodesh told us Yaakov Yosef, in the Holy Sefer told us Yaakov Yosef, which was a Talmud of the Baal Shem Tov, in Parshas Kedoshim, right? The Mishnah. Tein loy mi shaloi. On the Mishnah, Perish in the Mishnah. Tein loy mi shaloi. Shemuva b'sefer muvcha pninim. Sheshalu l'chacham echad. Lama ein anu royim b'cha simen daga. They asked, why don't we ever see you worried? Why they asked the tzaddik, why don't we see you worried? Sheloilam ein chadayik. Ein l'chadayik. You never worried. This tzaddik. We never see you worried about anything. V'tamin atam merutzin. You're always very calm. You're very tranquil. Why? So what did he say? V'heishav. He answered them. I didn't buy anything, I don't own anything, and have nothing at all to worry about. In other words, we're worried about how much money we have, we're worried about our home, we're worried about the car, we're worried about all these different things. But this tzaddik said, I don't own anything, it's not my house, it's not my family, it's not my money, it's not, so why am I going to worry about it?
He sees the banality in everything.
Hainu shema sheyesh loy l'dayek harei ein loy klum. Whatever he has to worry about, it's not his, so he doesn't have to worry. Okay. Like kanisi klum v'lay biyadi klum. I don't buy anything, I don't own anything. Rak masha kodesh baruch hu noisin loy. Rather Hashem gave to him. Mishaloi yesh loy. From his is what I have. So in other words, the same way, if someone asks you to watch something for them, and it's a matnas, you're watching them, you're shoymer chinam, right? You're shoymer chinam, so you're not chayiv on ointzim and all the different things. But I'm not going to get into halachas of a shoymer chinam, but you're not chayiv if someone, right? So you don't worry so much about that because you'll do the best you can. In other words, you're not gonna leave the thing out in the street and let someone steal it, but you'll watch it, but you're not gonna lose sleep over it because you're a shay mechinam. You're not gonna lose sleep over it. So the same way like this, if we understand everything that we have is really Hashkadosh Baruch Hu's, so why should I lose sleep over anything? It's Hashem's. I'm just watching it for Him. Umemela ma yesh ledoyeg shema zeh yavoid loy. Why should I worry? Maybe I'll lose this thing. Harei ein zeh shaloi, right? V'Hashem nasan v'Hashem lakach. Hashem is the one that gave it to him, and Hashem takes it away. That's a yid that really gets the message, that really understands it. Nimsa shalaylam einay meduyek tamid marutza. He's never worried. He's always tranquil. He's always relaxed. Vaiksiv sham b'sefer told us Yaakov Yosef b'shem sefer hachasidim amar hakasav in Tehillim l'cha Hashem hachesed ki ata tishalim leish kimaseyu. Beautiful, beautiful words in Tehillim. L'cha Hashem chesed, right? L'cha Hashem chesed. For you Hashem is the chesed. Ki ata tishalim leish kimaseyu, because you pay back the person as the action. Well, let's see what this means now. If chas v'sholem there's a yid that has problems, he has pains, things are bothering him, right? Because he has some health ailment or he's lacking some financial help that he needs. What happened? You lost the place? You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. He's being now cleansed and purified from his sin. He understands that. And why did Hashem take this away from me? Because I must have done something wrong, and this is my punishment. He understands that. So now he realizes whatever he's lacking now, it wasn't his to begin with. Hashem was the one that gave it to him. Because of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's great chesed, so look how beautiful this is. Let me explain this outside. If a person really believes that everything he has is not his, it's really Hashem's, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I know it's yours. I feel it's not mine, it's yours, Hashem. Hashem turns around and says, no, it's yours. Hashem views it as if it's yours. How does it work? Because we know, I'll just tell you outside. If you give money that's not yours, so how could you get any schar for it? Right? In other words, if you didn't give what's yours, so how do you get any reward for something you did if it wasn't yours? But if you really feel that the money we have, we're learning, if you feel whatever I have is really Hashem's, and I'm just, so to say, a watcher, I'm the watchman for Hashem's money, so then Hashem views it as it's ours, and then when we give it, we get the credit for giving the money. But only if we feel it's not ours. You hear what's going on? In other words, if we feel it's not ours, Hashem says, I'll pay you back kemaseyu. That the way you feel it's not yours, I will view it as if it's yours and you're giving from yours. But if we feel it's ours, you'll see in a minute that's not so good. Let's see.
What happens if a person doesn't understand that and gives it away anyway? He thinks it's his and he's giving it as tzedakah. And he doesn't realize it's really Hashem.
So in the next paragraph, we're going to see a piece from Shir HaShirim, and he's going to explain it really well. That question, that very point, okay? That very point. Next page, please. And he gets it. That Hashem gave me this thing, and Hashem took it from me, but it's really Hashem's. Anytime we do a mitzvah, anytime we do anything, Anything we do. HaKadosh Baruch gave us the wherewithal to do it. Your example, Ernie, right? A Jew puts on tefillin, right? Puts on tefillin. HaKadosh Baruch Hu Naisen Lo Yes Hayad. Who gave him the arm? Hashem gave him. Now, how many people are born deformed and they don't have an arm to put their tefillin on? Who gave him the arm? Hashem gave us the arm. Lo niach alei tefillin. Nasen Lo Yes tefillin. Who gave us the tefillin? Hashem gave us the tefillin. V'nasen Lo Yes machshava lo niach tefillin. How many billions of people are in the world? They have no idea to put on tefillin. They gave us Hashem. And how many Jews that don't even know Chas v'Shalom, they don't know how to put on tefillin. But Hashem gave me the machshava. I was the one chosen to be able to put on these tefillin. How wonderful that is, right? Of all the people in the world, of all the Jews in the world, I was able to put on a pair of tefillin. So I realize it's really not mine. The arm is not mine, Hashem gave it to me. The machshav is not mine, Hashem gave it to me. The tefillin not mine, Hashem gave it to me. She'ein loy koyach v'loy oitzim yad ela ata shelecha shalai. So I realize I don't have anything. I'm really all yours, Hashem. Ach lecha Hashem achesed. But that's the beautiful thing what David HaMelech is saying. Ach lecha Hashem achesed. To you Hashem is the chesed. And what is that? Ki ata tishalim leish kamaseyu. You pay him back the way he views things, the way he does things. So Hashem says, if you view it's not yours, I'll view you're doing it. And that's when we put on our tefillin. If we realize that I'm not putting on my tefillin, I'm not putting on my arm, it's Hashem. And Hashem says, well, if you realize the chesed, that you have an arm, that you have the machshava, that you have the tefillin, I view that you're putting on tefillin, that you're doing the mitzvah. Kimaseyu, what you're doing. And that's the chesed that Hashem does, that He pays us back with the schar for our mitzvahs. Kimaseyu, as we are doing it. Ki'ilu shehu asa zois v'nosan mashehu ba'ad kiyam ha-mitzvah. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us something because we fulfill the mitzvah. Because you, everything that I have and everything is for you, Hashem. It's really all Hashem's. Now your question of what happens, Yaakov, if a person gives and he doesn't know this. What happens? So let's see now. Here's the next paragraph. Ukama al inyan shel mitzvah tzedaka, as it says on the mitzvah tzedaka. Sheyisoid v'shayrit mitzvah emuna, that the yisoid is really emuna. Sheyudi mechuyev lahamin shekol ma sheyesh loy einay shaloi. That really we have to believe that everything I have is really not mine. Ella shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's really all Hashem's. She'ata shelecha shaloi, like we were learning the whole time now, right? It's really all yours, Hashem. Don't give that don't feel that sourness in the heart when you give the money, because that's the crux of the mitzvah. That's what the mitzvah is, to give it b'simcha v'tov leva. It's not that you have to have a pure thought when you do the mitzvah like other mitzvahs. Oy kishenasan tzedakah mipnei hakavod, shezeh rak peniya machshava ra ach mitzvah atzma kayemes. You see, all the other mitzvahs, if you do it with a machshava ra, or you do whatever, but you still fulfill the mitzvah. There's a problem with the mitzvah, but you did it. Kiyem yara levalcha b'seischa loy asa zois believe kaved areze pegam be'emuna v'astora l'chol mahusay shel mitzvah. That is a stira, and that is a stira from the whole mahus of the mitzvah itself. So now we understand that all the other mitzvahs you do, they're emunah, and you do the mitzvah because of emunah. So if you do the mitzvah and you do it not with your full heart, or you do it for the wrong reason, so you still did the mitzvah, but the mitzvah of tzedakah, the whole mitzvah is the emunah, that I'm not giving mine, that I'm giving over from what is Hashem's. So if I give it the yara levavcha, that I feel that sourness in my heart, when I feel that fear, when I give it over, so then that's a contradiction to the whole mitzvah itself, because the whole mitzvah is to give what's not yours, to give over what's Hashem's. Now, Hashem Mitzvah Tzedakah Shehi Amuna Shenasan Lei Mishalei Shatish Chosle Keilu Lei Kayim Klal. It's a mitzvah. It says if you still did something with the mitzvah, but it says if you did nothing with the mitzvah. Now, V'hu al derech sheperish maran asabakadishim islanim zuchus eleinu apasik im yitein ishes kol hain beisai b'ahava boys yavuzu lai. It's a pasuk in Shir Hashirim. It's in the last parak of Shir Hashirim, right? Is everyone familiar with Shir Hashirim? This pasuk, you ever seen this pasuk before? Right? Im yitain ishes kol hain beisai. A person gives over all the wealth of his home. Hain beisai. He gives over all the wealth of his home. Be'ahav, and he does it with love. He gives it over with love. Boys, they're going to embarrass Yavuzu Lei. They're going to embarrass him. Now wait a minute. He gave it over be'ahava. He gave over the money. He gave over all of his money. Be'ahava. He gave it over with love. He gave it over, and he's going to be embarrassed. Why? Here's the answer. Why are they going to embarrass him? He gave it be'ahavas Hashem. Why should they embarrass him? And this is like a great thing that he's doing. So why should they chas v'shalom look at him and embarrass him? With the yod at the end, his house. I'm giving everything of my house. I'm giving everything right. If I feel when I'm giving it, even if I gave $1 million away, but if I'm giving my $1 million away, then I'm still giving the $1 million, but I'm not necessarily getting the credit. If I feel it's Hashem's money that I'm giving over $1 million, that's not necessarily mine, then I get full credit. So then that's why he gets embarrassed. That's why the embarrassment is coming to him. A Jew has to know everything that he has. It's really Hashem's. There's nothing of his own that he has. To you and I and everything that I have, I'm not giving anything over from myself. It's not me that I'm giving over. It's not mine that I'm giving over. Now, I'm going to tell you a story.
Why is he embarrassed?